The internet is absolutely losing its mind right now because Jim Jones has finally broken his silence and what he just said. It's sending shockwaves through the entire hip-hop world. After weeks of whispers, viral clips, and behind-the-scenes chaos involving Chrissy Lampkin and Cameron, Jim just dropped a message so raw, so direct, that fans are calling it the most emotional outburst of his entire career. It wasn't a statement. It wasn't a PR move. It was a declaration, one that made everyone stop scrolling. With fire in his voice and pain in his eyes, Jim said just 6 words that flipped the industry upside down. "I won't be disrespected, not again." And from that moment, social media went into meltdown. People are pulling up old interviews, digging into past beefs, and wondering who pushed him too far this time. Was it Chrissy? Was it Cameron? Or is there something even deeper happening behind closed doors in Jim's world that we were never supposed to see? Because insiders are whispering about a confrontation that went down just hours before that. Statement hit the net, a heated moment caught on camera that no one's supposed to have. But someone leaked it. And what's inside that footage could destroy more than one career. This isn't just another rapper speaking his mind. This is Jim Jones reclaiming his throne, and by the time this story unfolds, somebody's reputation will never recover. The world stopped scrolling the moment Jim Jones went live. No fancy intro, no music, just silence, then his voice, low, tight, trembling with something that felt too real for the internet. "I won't be disrespected. Not again." That single line sent shockwaves through every corner of social media. But what no one knew yet was why he said it, or who pushed him to that breaking point. For weeks, fans had noticed the tension. Chrissy had been distant, smiling on camera, but her energy was off. She'd skipped out on Jim's last performance in Atlanta, citing family matters, but insiders were already whispering that something ugly had gone down backstage. The same night, Jim was seen pacing behind the stage, phone in hand, face tight with frustration. No one knew what was said in that call, but by morning, a recording surfaced online. A muffled audio clip where Jim's voice could be heard saying, "You embarrassed me in front of everybody. That's what we're doing now." The clip exploded. Fans flooded Twitter with theories, convinced Chrissy had humiliated him at a private event. But it didn't stop there. A second clip leaked, this time from a security camera inside a hotel lobby. The footage showed Chrissy storming out of an elevator, tears streaming down her face, followed by a man people swore wasn't Jim. Within hours, blogs were spinning wild stories. Chrissy had been spotted with someone from the music industry, someone close to Jim. Screenshots of text messages allegedly between Chrissy and a producer friend began circulating, full of late-night messages and flirty emojis. Jim stayed silent for days, but behind that silence, he was boiling. According to one insider, he'd confronted Chrissy privately and demanded answers. What he got instead was a shouting match so intense, hotel guests called the front desk. Someone inside that confrontation recorded it, and that audio, you guessed it, leaked too. You can hear Chrissy yelling, "You think you can control me?" And Jim snapping back, "You already made your choice." The internet went wild. Fans took sides. Some said Chrissy had every right to move on if she felt neglected. Others called her out for disrespecting Jim after everything he'd done for her. Hashtags like #TeamJim and #FreeChrissy began trending side by side. It was social media warfare. Comment sections turned into battlefields. Even celebrities started weighing in. Kimbella posted a cryptic story saying, "When a man finally speaks, listen carefully." Cardi B liked a post about women not knowing when they have a real one. And then, as if the internet hadn't already exploded, a supposed close friend of Jim's went on a live stream and dropped what fans are calling the betrayal of the year. He claimed Jim found out that Chrissy had been secretly meeting with someone connected to a new VH1 spinoff, and that the relationship wasn't just business. "Jim's been loyal for years," the friend said, his voice shaking. But when he saw those messages, he lost it. The messages he was talking about. Screenshots that allegedly showed Chrissy telling someone, "Jim, don't move me like he used to." The words hit the internet like a bomb. Fans started piecing together timelines, connecting her social media captions, and pulling receipts from old interviews. Suddenly, every side-eye, every subtle argument from love and hip-hop clips resurfaced. And through all of it, Jim said nothing. No tweets, no interviews, no posts, until that one night. It was past midnight when he went live. His face was shadowed, eyes heavy, voice slow, but full of fire. "I've been disrespected by strangers, by friends, by this industry," he said. "But the one person I thought would never cross that line did." He paused, staring into the camera like he was trying to hold himself back from saying more. Then he said it again, "I won't be disrespected." The internet erupted instantly. Thousands tuned in within minutes. People flooded the comments. "He's talking about Chrissy. Drop the receipts, capo. We need the full story." But Jim ended the live abruptly, leaving everyone hanging on those 6 words. Within an hour, a private video began circulating in group chats, a shaky, grainy clip that fans claim was filmed at a recent industry event in New York. It showed Jim and Chrissy standing apart, arguing quietly while other guests awkwardly looked away. You can't hear the full conversation, but one line is clear. Chrissy saying, "You're not gonna make me the villain." Before walking off, that was all it took. Every gossip page lit up. The Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, Lipstick Alley. Everyone had a theory, and none of them were pretty. Some said Chrissy was trying to manipulate the narrative before the truth came out. Others claimed Jim had been warned about this months ago and ignored it by morning. Paparazzi photos surfaced Jim alone leaving his house in Harlem, hoodie pulled low, phone pressed to his ear. The caption read, "Sources say Jim's moving out." No one could confirm it, but the image looked like the final straw. And just when people thought the situation couldn't get more dramatic, a new twist dropped. An anonymous account posted alleged DMs between Chrissy and a reality show producer discussing storyline development and how to make him react on camera. Those messages were real. It meant Chrissy's emotional confrontation might have been orchestrated for attention. A setup. Fans were torn apart. Was Chrissy playing Jim for fame again? Was the heartbreak we all witnessed on live TV nothing more than a script? Or was Jim finally realizing that his loyalty had turned into his weakness? Insiders close to Jim say that after that night, he cut everyone off. No calls, no texts, no public appearances. He's in lockdown mode. One source revealed, he's hurt, but he's not broken. He's planning something big. But just when it looked like the dust might settle, another clip leaked. This one from someone inside Jim's circle. A voice memo allegedly from Jim himself saying, "I gave her everything, my time, my name, my respect, and she threw it away for a camera." That single line sent fans into meltdown again. Because if that voice memo was legit, it meant Jim wasn't just heartbroken, he was done. For real this time. The question now, what's coming next? Is Jim about to expose everything? Will Chrissy respond? Or will this be the final curtain on one of hip-hop's most iconic relationships? Because one thing's for sure, after that night, the man who once stayed silent for love is speaking louder than ever. And the world's not ready for what he's about to say next. By the next morning, the internet was on fire. Every blog, gossip site, and fan page had their own version of what really happened between Jim and Chrissy. Screenshots, alleged phone calls, and secret voice notes were spreading like wildfire. And every single one painted a different story. But then Chrissy finally broke her silence. Out of nowhere, she posted a 10-second Instagram story. No words, no music, just her sitting in her living room, staring straight into the camera. Her eyes were red, mascara smudged, and then she said it, "Stop believing lies." The clip disappeared after an hour, but the damage was done. People started dissecting every second of it, zooming in on her face, the background, even the reflection in the mirror behind her. That's when fans noticed something that sent chills through the internet. A man's voice faintly whispering in the background. They got the footage. Footage of what? That became the million-dollar question. Within hours, Twitter went into full-blown detective mode. Some fans claimed there was a private video showing Jim and Chrissy's final confrontation before the breakup went public. Others swore the footage showed something way darker, a secret that could ruin more than one career. Rumors said it was shot during a closed-door taping for a new VH1 reunion special that was never supposed to air. Then the leak started. Never supposed to air. Then the leak started. A verified gossip page dropped a 30-second clip labeled the unseen footage. It was blurry, clearly filmed from someone's phone, but you could hear every word. Jim's voice thundered. "You think I'm stupid? You think I don't see what's going on?" And Chrissy, crying but defiant, shouted back, "You stopped seeing me a long time ago." The argument sounded heartbreakingly real, raw, messy, and full of years of buried resentment. The internet froze. Fans were heartbroken, angry, and divided. Some blamed Jim for being controlling. Others said Chrissy was gaslighting him. Within minutes, the clip hit 1 million views. And every major blog picked it up. But then came the real bombshell. The full video leaked on Telegram. It was nearly 3 minutes long, filmed from behind the scenes at the reunion set. The audio captured Jim walking out mid-conversation, yelling, "I'm not doing this for ratings," while Chrissy followed, pleading, "You already did it for the cameras when you stopped being real with me." The background chatter confirmed what fans feared. Producers were there, urging them to stay in frame. It wasn't just a fight. It was a breakdown caught between reality and TV, a love story turned spectacle. Jim's team immediately issued a statement through a close source claiming the footage was illegally obtained and misrepresented. But by that point, no one cared. The damage was irreversible. Everyone had an opinion. Everyone was posting. Then, just when the chaos reached boiling point, another unexpected twist dropped: a leaked voicemail. The audio surfaced on a fan page called Harlem Tea Room. It was allegedly a voicemail Jim left on someone's phone saying, "You can tell her I know. I saw the texts. I saw everything." The message timestamp matched the night before Chrissy's hotel. Footage went viral. That's when the internet lost its mind. He found out. She cheated. It's confirmed. Thousands of comments flooded in every minute. Fans started tagging Ebro, Charlemagne, and even Love and Hip Hop producers, demanding they release the full story. Chrissy, meanwhile, doubled down. She posted a carousel of old photos, her and Jim during happier times, with a caption that simply read, "I've loved through everything," even when it wasn't returned. It was a dagger in the heart of anyone still hoping for reconciliation. But Jim wasn't letting that narrative slide. Hours later, he posted a cryptic tweet that set the internet ablaze. "Loyalty ain't about what you say on Instagram." That one line, cold, bitter, and calculated, became an instant meme. Fans started using it under every celebrity breakup post, and then, out of nowhere, an anonymous insider claiming to work for VH1 dropped a message into a fan forum. The reunion episode was shut down because of what happened backstage. Jim was supposed to leave, but the cameras kept rolling. That statement changed everything. It meant the producers knew about the fight, and instead of stopping it, they filmed it, possibly even leaked it for publicity. Outrage exploded. Fans accused the network of exploiting Jim and Chrissy's pain for ratings. Petitions started circulating online, demanding VH1 release the full unedited footage. A few hours later, the show's executive producer posted on X, formerly Twitter, "We don't comment on personal matters," which only made things worse. Behind the scenes, things were reportedly spiraling even faster. One of Jim's friends leaked text screenshots between him and a brother figure, allegedly Cameron, where Jim wrote, "I'm done defending people who disrespect me publicly." Cameron supposedly replied, "Now you finally see what I've been telling you." That message reignited old Dipset tensions and gave fans a whole new angle to chew on. Meanwhile, more recordings began surfacing, this time from Chrissy's alleged group chat. A voice memo circulated online where someone sounding like her friend Talia said she didn't mean for it to get that bad. She just wanted him to wake up. That's true. It meant Chrissy might have orchestrated some of the drama to force a reaction, not realizing it would destroy everything at this point. Even celebrities started taking sides. Erica Mena commented, "You can't build a brand off heartbreak forever." Yandy Smith reposted a quote about standing in your truth. And Cardi B, once again, threw shade without naming names. When you love loud, they call you crazy. When you go quiet, they say you cold. Every new post felt like fuel on an already raging fire. Jim's name dominated Twitter trends for 2 straight days. Paparazzi caught him entering a studio in New Jersey, hoodie up, refusing to answer questions. But rumors quickly spread that he was recording a diss track, a lyrical to-lol. And just as people started speculating that maybe things would quiet down, they didn't. Because out of nowhere, mysterious Twitter account named @RealStreetFootage posted a 10-second clip captioned, "The moment that broke him." The grainy video showed Jim sitting alone backstage, head in his hands, while Chrissy walked past him with her phone to her ear saying, "I told you he wouldn't say nothing." That line was enough to break the internet all over again. Fans interpreted it as proof that Chrissy was working with someone else, maybe even setting him up emotionally for the cameras. Within minutes, hashtags like #Chrissy set him up and #ProtectJimJones started trending. Jim's team moved fast. They flagged the video, got it taken down, and released a brief statement through a PR rep. Jim is focused on his family and his peace. He won't be responding to manipulated footage or online narratives. But fans weren't buying it. The story had grown too big, too viral, too personal. Everyone wanted one thing now: Jim's full side. Insiders said he was planning a major reveal, something that would change the story forever. Rumors spread that he had proof, recordings, even messages that showed what really went down. But when and where? That's when a countdown clock appeared on his Instagram story. No caption, no details, just a timer set for 48 hours. Fans started speculating, was he dropping a track? An interview? A documentary? The tension was unbearable. But if anyone thought Jim was bluffing, they were wrong, because what happened when that clock hit 0 would make every headline before it look like child's play. The countdown hit 0. And the internet froze. Every blog, every fan page, every gossip site sat on edge, waiting for Jim Jones to make his move. His Instagram story, which had been teasing the mysterious timer for 2 straight days, suddenly vanished. Then his account went dark. Profile picture gone, posts wiped. Fans panicked, thinking he'd deleted everything. But within minutes, YouTube lit up with a single notification: Jim Jones' "I Won't Be Disrespected" official video. The moment it dropped, the internet erupted. Within 10 minutes, it had over 200,000 views. Within an hour, it was the #1 trending video worldwide. But this wasn't just a track. It was a confession, a warning, and a weapon all rolled into one. The video opened with black and white footage of Jim walking through the streets of Harlem. No jewelry. No entourage, just him and his thoughts. The beat kicked in slow and heavy, and his first words hit like a sledgehammer. "I gave loyalty to snakes who learned to smile on camera." Fans instantly knew who he was talking about. Line after line, he poured everything out: the betrayal, the lies, the way love turned into humiliation. "You used my name for clout. Now you cry on screen for sympathy." The bars were sharp, surgical. But halfway through, the track flipped, and Jim dropped what fans now call the lethal verse. "You said it wasn't about fame, but you let them mic our pain. The footage you leaked was real, but the story you told was fake." That line broke the internet, because it was the first time Jim confirmed that the leaked video, the one of him and Chrissy fighting backstage, was real. But according to him, it wasn't a random leak. It was part of something bigger, something planned, as the song went on. Clips of old love and hip-hop scenes flashed behind him, the proposals, the tears, the laughter. But in between those memories, Jim inserted unseen footage, security camera angles, muted conversations, and shots that fans swear they'd never seen before. He blurred faces. But it was clear, someone from inside their world had been recording him without permission. The final verse ended with one chilling line. They said, "Love was blind." Now it's televised. The screen cut to black dot within minutes. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok exploded. Fans dissected every lyric, every hidden reference. Who is the snake? Who micked their pain? And what did he mean by the footage you leaked? Then someone noticed something chilling. In the video's credits, a single name appeared under co-producer Cameron Giles. That revelation sent the internet into complete chaos. Jim and Cameron, the same brothers who'd been rumored to be at odds for years, had teamed up again. But why now? And what role did Cam play in this massive reveal? A hip-hop blog claimed to have the answer, according to one insider. Cameron had reached out to Jim privately after seeing how bad the situation with Chrissy had gotten. The source said Cam told him, "Stop letting people tell your story. Take your power back." And that's exactly what Jim did. But the story wasn't over. Not even close. Because just as fans were celebrating Jim's comeback, XE went live. It was raw, emotional, and chaotic. Tears running down her face, she stared into the camera and said, "You think that's the truth? That's what you want to believe." Her voice cracked as she accused Jim of twisting the story for sympathy. "He's hurt. I get it," she said. "But don't play victim when you've done your own dirt." She didn't stop there. Chrissy pulled out her phone and started scrolling through messages. Messages she claimed were from Jim himself, apologizing for not being the man I should have been. She said she was done protecting him, done pretending everything was perfect. Then she dropped the real bombshell. "You want to talk about respect? Tell them what really happened in Miami." That one line sent every gossip outlet into overdrive. What happened in Miami? Fans flooded Reddit threads and Twitter spaces trying to piece together clues. Some claimed it was about a rumored side relationship Jim had years ago. Others thought it was about business, a shady deal involving someone in his crew. Either way, it reignited the fire all over again. Meanwhile, Jim's team moved quickly. Within hours, a new statement appeared on his official page. "There's always two sides to a story. Only one of us needed a camera to tell it." That line became an instant meme, powerful, direct, and dripping with venom. But behind the scenes, sources close to Jim said he wasn't done. He had more. According to an anonymous source who spoke to Hollywood Unlocked, Jim had been sitting on private recordings for months, conversations, text messages, even behind-the-scenes footage from VH1 that would expose the manipulation once and for all. And just as fans began to think he was bluffing, a second video dropped. This time titled, "The Footage They Didn't Want You to See." The clip started with a disclaimer. "For years, we let producers control our story. Now it's time for the truth." It showed raw, unedited moments from Love and Hip Hop tapings, scenes of Jim and Chrissy arguing while producers whispered instructions in the background. One clip even showed a producer telling Chrissy walk out after he raises his voice. "It'll look stronger on camera." Fans were stunned. Everything they'd believed for years. Every emotional scene, every fight looked like it had been orchestrated. Chrissy's breakdowns, Jim's anger, even their reconciliations, all manipulated for ratings. The revelation broke the internet again. People began calling out VH1, accusing them of exploiting real relationships for drama. Old castmates started speaking up too. Tahiri commented, "Now y'all see why I left." Erica Mena posted, "That's why I've never trusted producers with my pain." It was no longer just about Jim and Chrissy, it was about exposing an entire industry. By that evening, news outlets everywhere picked it up. CNN, Entertainment, TMZ. Even Rolling Stone wrote a piece titled, "Jim Jones Breaks the Reality TV Code." But amid the chaos, something unexpected happened. Sympathy. The same fans who had mocked Jim days ago started flooding his comments with support. You didn't deserve that. They tried to break you. You showed the truth, bro. And Chrissy. She went silent completely. No posts. No responses. Her comments were flooded with both hate and heartbreak. Some calling her manipulative. Others calling her a victim of a toxic industry. But the final blow came a week later when Jim went live one last time. No music, no editing, just him in his car looking straight into the camera. For years, I let people make money off my pain, he said. But not anymore. I'm done arguing. I'm done explaining. I said what I said and I meant it. Then he ended the live with the same 6 words that started it all. I won't be disrespected, not again. The screen went dark. The comments section exploded. And for once, Jim didn't say another word. He didn't have to, because the message was clear. He'd turned his heartbreak into power, his pain into purpose, and his silence into the loudest statement hip-hop had ever heard. The world may have seen the drama, the leaks, and the betrayals, but what they didn't see was a man finally reclaiming his respect. And that was the moment Jim Jones made history. If you've made it this far, you already know this story isn't over. Jim Jones has officially drawn the line. And from the looks of it, Chrissy's next move could either save everything or burn the empire to the ground. The way things are spiraling right now, even the people closest to them are scared to speak up. Every hour, new receipts are surfacing, new voices are stepping forward, and insiders are whispering that this might end with someone walking away from everything. The relationship, the brand, and maybe even the fame itself. So don't just watch from the sidelines, stay locked in. Hit that like button right now if you think Jim deserves better. Drop your thoughts in the comments because your voice might just be the one that tips the balance. Is Chrissy hiding something? Did Jim already know? Or is this all part of a bigger plan that none of us saw coming? And whatever you do, don't forget to subscribe because what's coming next will make tonight's drama look like a warm-up. We've got leaked phone calls, unreleased footage, and exclusive insider messages that could flip this entire story on its head. The next drop might expose the real reason Jim said, I won't be disrespected. You don't want to miss it because once the truth breaks, there's no turning back. There's no turning back.